Hello, Awesome Soul here, and we have a tiny taste of what we can expect to see in the next update. This, as I'm sure you probably saw by the title of the video, is that there are going to be a rather large amount of changes coming to cosmetic items. So, things like flags, masks, etc. There was a forum post made yesterday titled PSA, Removal of Cosmetic Items from the Forge on the 24th of August. Hold on. What exactly does this mean, I hear you ask? Well, I'll go ahead and read out the article for you. It's not super long. It begins with, "Hi all, I bring some big news. Currently, we are working on adding functionality to our in-game cosmetics, which will allow players to use several cosmetics in a single robot without sacrificing any CPU. In addition, we are going to give some cosmetics some other groovy abilities, which we'll reveal later this month." But the big part here in that sentence is the fact that you will no longer have to sacrifice any CPU at all in order to use your cosmetics. So, say you like making your bot look good, but you've spent around 10 or 20 CPU in doing so. That is 20 CPU that will not go into health or armor boost, and it will not go into speed boost, and obviously it's not going to be dealing any damage for you, and it's not going to be moving you. Especially now more than ever. They are kind of just dead weight. This was something that was actually brought up quite a while back. I think I covered it in one of my videos, I'm pretty sure. It was a tweet made by Mark saying that he wanted to do exactly that, and I'm glad that was still in the plans for them. Anyways, moving on with the article. Due to adding this new functionality, we are planning on eliminating the ability to craft items currently listed in the cosmetic category, as well as cosmetic variants of other parts that are in the forge. This includes all Carbon 6 variants, as well as the Vampire Bat parts, and any cosmetic electroplates. Most likely the wolf leg as well. But, to be clear, this is not us removing these items from the game. So they're staying in the game. All they're simply doing is removing the ability to forge them with robots, as part of the update coming on the 24th of August. So basically that means you can still gain them from crates and everything. You just can't actually forge them yourself. With this new feature, and putting cosmetic parts in crates only, we want cosmetics to be really special and desired items in Robocraft. Just imagine finding a set of googly eyes or a nice hat for your robot. In the article, those have little asterisks beside them, and at the bottom of the article, it says that those items are not actually confirmed. They were just kind of an example. But anyways, you can find cool items for your robot in a reward crate before your mates. How excited would you be? Pretty excited, I would imagine. So I'm very curious to know what these other special abilities are going to be. Are they going to affect gameplay at all, or is it going to be more of a toggle for vapor trails and flags, headlights, etc.? Or maybe something we don't even know about yet. So it seems like they finally want to improve and possibly add things to the whole cosmetic section. Make them a bit more fancier and give them some love. Now, I know some people probably are going to be a little bit upset by the fact that you can't forge these cosmetic parts anymore. And we have had this kind of system for a while, but if you've been playing the game for quite a while, you will remember back to when every cosmetic item in the game needed to be paid with real money. So you'd spend your money to buy some Galaxy Cash, and then with the Galaxy Cash, you could then buy cosmetics, among other things. And it made them, rather obviously, fairly exclusive items. But then the crates update rolled around, and they went from being very exclusive items to items that now everybody could have. And that always struck me as very odd, because for the longest time, they were very exclusive. And now they're kind of going back to the whole exclusivity they once had, while still doing it in a fair way. With them being in crates, that means even non-paying players can still get their hands on them. Though it will be a little odd as to how it's exactly going to affect robots on the CRF. If you don't have a huge player base with lots of cosmetic parts, but you like to build using cosmetic parts, then people won't really be able to buy your bot. I know we don't really have a buying system per se, but still, you wouldn't have people able to construct your bot, and therefore it would give them less incentive to keep playing with it, and therefore give you money. Another thing too that I kind of thought of, when it comes to the cosmetic variants of items. Say for example you have a Carbon 6 SMG or a Batwing, for example. If you had the equivalent version of the normal type of that item, then perhaps the CRF or just the copy feature in general could give you an option to use your non-cosmetic variant in its place. Anyways, the items that will be shifting over to be crate only are as follows: altimeter, speedometer, headlamp, vapor trail single, vapor trail twin, the robot name banner, every country flag, all of the cross-promotional flags, the Robocraft holo flag, every single mask part, every glass cube, all of the Carbon 6 items. This includes the Carbon 6 cubes, the Carbon 6 sprinter leg, the thruster cheetah Carbon 6, the laser disintegrator, the laser leviathan, plasma devastator, and plasma goliathan, all of which are the Carbon 6 variants. All of the bat items, all of the vampire bat items, and all of the cosmetic versions of the electroplate, and finally, the wolf leg. However, the one cosmetic that will remain with its forge ability is the League badge. So, once you have the cosmetic available to purchase, i.e. the League rank unlocked in order to get it, you can then forge however many you want. He finishes off the article by saying, "At the time this posting goes live, you will have just under 2 weeks to forge as many of these items as you see fit, and after that time, cosmetics will be only appearing in salvage crates, earned either through battle or via purchase. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the forum thread linked in the description." So, very interesting. I'm very curious to know exactly what these changes are, because that's kind of going to cement my opinion of this. So again, a quick rundown of what exactly is happening. A lot of the cosmetics are being upgraded with new features. The cosmetics are being moved off of the CPU scale to their own section. Therefore, they no longer will limit your build in any way. And all of the cosmetics that you own currently will remain in your inventory. The only thing that's changing is you will no longer be able to forge them. And once again, this will be part of the next update that is dropping on the 24th. So, if you want to challenge yourself over the next 2 weeks, I would recommend stocking up on as many cosmetic parts as you can. So basically, every item in the cosmetic section, as well as the cosmetic variants of all of the other items. That isn't everything though, there are a few other things I do need to touch on, and that is Rick, the art jammer, replying to Mark908 on Twitter, where he states, "I was wondering that if you could design a battle arena map to have linear capture point locations rather than in a triangle. I think it's interesting." Rick responds with, "Yeah, I actually think the next map should shake things up a bit. I'll work with Sergi to make an awesome new map that will blow your minds." So there are two things we can gather from this. One, it would appear that they have some plans for a new map, but one is not currently in the works. And two, as clearly stated here, the next map is going to be a very different map, possibly breaking the boundaries of what we know as a Robocraft map. Or maybe I'm looking a little bit too far into it, but regardless, shaking things up, as they say here, is definitely a good thing. Next tweet we have is once more from Rick, and he is responding to somebody posting their 3D artwork of a mech arm. He responds to it with, "I have wanted to do mech arms for years. Our collision is not good enough to calculate the impacts with a fist over the network, unfortunately." Then somebody responds with, "Why not calculate it client side, and then send the results over to the server?" Rick's response to this is, moving all physics to the client is the right solution, but tons and tons of work to implement. So this idea of moving the physics system over to client side instead of it being server side has come up a few times, and definitely a good thing to know that it's still on their minds. Though I'm not sure this is ever going to happen, because again, this is a huge amount of work, and it's going to be a rather large undertaking to pull this off. And their time probably could be spent elsewhere, making new parts or new game modes, etc. Though maybe at one point. What do you guys personally think? Is moving the physics over to the client side so it's a little bit more reliable a high priority, or would you much rather have that development time be focused on other things? Anyways guys, let me know what you think of everything discussed in this video. It's all very interesting stuff, especially the cosmetic thing. Though with this being the hint we have for the next update, something that I could possibly foresee is more of a artistic builders type of thing. So fingers crossed, this could mean that we might be seeing the extra paint colors they've been talking about for a little while. Or maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see once we get more information. But yes, I of course have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.